So you're brand new to PSO2 NGS, you've made your character just how you want it, and now you're stuck at this screen. My name's Zio, and let's see if I can't help you out there. You're probably wondering which of these classes is best for a neophyte like yourself. I turned to my friends in the community for their picks, and they did not disappoint. 3 names seem to come up the most here: Hunter, Ranger, Force. And you know what? I concur. So let's unpack these 3 and see why they're so attractive. Hunter is a versatile melee class with a number of failsafe skills and has access to one of the easiest weapons to learn, the sword. Hunter has a very low barrier to entry, but also a high skill ceiling. So what else does Hunter have going for it? It has the benefit of skills like Hunter's Physique and Flash Guard. This lets you learn enemy attack patterns and block timing without being punished too hard for mistakes. There's also Omnidirectional Guard, which blocks oncoming attacks from all directions whenever you block with your weapon action. But should things go horribly sideways, there's Iron Will. This leaves you at 1 HP after an attack that might have otherwise killed you and makes you invincible for a moment, letting you pull back and recover. You also have skills like Hunter Arts Avenger and Hunter Arts Perfect Parry to add to your offensive and defensive capabilities. Hunter is also an excellent subclass for those who want more survivability and multi-weapon options. Ranger is your comfy, shoot first, ask questions later, long-range class. Rangers have decent damage and high mobility with their rifles. The rifle's weapon action is also great for maneuverability and sustained damage while restoring PP. It also has the added perk of giving you invincibility frames with Slide Shot Advance. But when mobility isn't an issue, they can bust out their launcher to decimate their crippled adversaries from afar. Both weapons provide solid damage and are incredibly straightforward. Rangers also have access to one of the most important skills in the game: Blight Rounds, or Weak Bullet if you prefer. This puts a marker on whatever it hits and increases the amount of damage dealt to that spot for everyone that hits it. This is what makes Rangers stand out as one of the most desired party members, so mastering this will make any encounter go significantly faster. Blight Round does have hit collision, so you can put it on the wrong spot. Another thing is you can overwrite someone else's Blight Round marker if you are attacking the same target. Forces are masters of the elements, much like spellcasters from other RPGs. It's also perhaps one of the easiest classes to pick up and do relatively well with. Force by its design does very consistent damage at any range. The Rod also has one of the best weapon actions out there. Whenever you block an attack with your Rod and follow up with a technique, you'll fire off a projectile of that same element. Oh, and did I mention that forces are great for dealing with large groups of baddies thanks to their awesome AoE options? Well, I just did. They also have some of the best PP management tools out there. That's also what makes Force a popular subclass. These 3 stand out the most by virtue of utility and ease of use. My biggest piece of advice here? Try them all. Definitely experiment with the classes and their different weapons. That way you'll get a feel for everything as you're figuring out what best fits your individual playstyle. This is something I tell anyone with any game. It also helps you gain a wider knowledge of game mechanics. While yes, it's true, the game doesn't offer much in the way of challenging content, not right now at least, but it won't stay that way forever. So, Hunter for its versatility and survivability, Ranger for its mobility and one of the best support skills in the game, Force for its excellent AoE and PP management. Gunner has a pretty steep learning curve, but it's pretty smooth once you get the hang of it. Fighter has very limited range, so you'll really need to get comfortable with counterattacks to make the most of it. It does have excellent burst damage, plus all 3 weapons are strong and flashy. Tekka has one of the weaker main weapons in the game. It does have 2 of the best support skills though. Braver is a bit PP hungry. Its PAs flow very nicely, especially the katana. Bouncer has some issues with both of its weapons right now. Soaring blades are pretty clunky and jet boots are PP hungry. Bouncers are great for keeping enemies in a perpetual down state, and jet boots offer great damage and mobility. So what do you guys think? You know how much I love chopping it up with you in the comments section and on the streams. The link to that's going to be on screen and in the description. Come on by and hang out sometime, we'd love to have you. We talk about these kinds of things all the time in there, including PSO2 NGS lore conspiracy theories. Speaking of lore, I've got a playlist for that. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, to thine own self be true. Until next time, farewell.